Hi,
Hi, Yuti. Welcome.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good.
You are in your home, I see, in the lockdown.
Yeah,
How- How's the lockdown treating you?
don't ask.
Don't ask.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really good thing that we have started so that there's something that's going on, something that's engaging.
Right. I think that, this was the best thing that we all could do, just try to
Correct,
utilize our skills and in the best possible manner
correct.
and come in together and just share what we know because
Of
everyone is
course.
trying to do their bits.
Yeah, and usually during normal days, nobody gets time to share their part of the experience and their learning. So, yeah, when everyone is free and ready to speak, then I
Absolutely, yeah. And now everyone is on their phone.
know.
So
Correct,
why not utilize that
correct,
and make them hear what we have to say, right?
correct.
And I'll also wait. I'm waiting for Ocean also, our second panelist to join us today.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
Ocean, are you there? I think she's yet to come. We still have time, so I'll just wait for her to join as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great, great. So now are you still doing any projects, styling projects, still
No,
something?
nothing as of now.
Not,
Everything is on hold. That is exactly why, because we have a habit of going around and working every single day. And
yes,
then when all of a sudden everything has come to a halt, so it
right.
becomes super difficult.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
People who have busy lives cannot, stay put.
Yeah, and it's like our job role is such that during while staying at home during a period like a lockdown, we can't do anything
Right, right.
about our jobs
Yeah,
because
that's
everything is outdoors.
correct, correct. And I think this is also the time which it's maybe not the number one priority.
Correct, of
Priorities are
course. Yeah.
totally different. So yeah, I mean, but still, we are hoping that things will become normal soon and,
Yeah,
things will come back to how
that's the
they
hope.
were here. I
Correct.
believe a lot of people are joining us, so that's
Hmm.
great. We have, let
Wow.
me see, who all do we have already? So great. Wow. So many people. Okay.
Hmm.
Uh, Let me start saying hi to everyone. We have Nidhi, Shalini, Kanchan, Anita, Pragati, and a lot more other 22 people. So I'm not able to see everyone. If you'll just drop in your hi, so then I can just say hi to you all. Yes. Hi, Shalini. Hi, Pragati. Hi, Nidhi. Hi, Anita. How are you doing? Hi, Kanchan. They all say hi to you, Yuti.
Hi. Hello.
All right. And let's see where our panelist is. I think she's going to make a,
Grand entry.
superstar entry. Yes.
Yeah.
The grand entry. You've been coughing. Are you okay?
Yeah, I know. It's just,
Normal
it's
cough.
always. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. Nothing of that sort at all.
So you have to listen to this. I was traveling to Bangalore for a
Mm-hmm.
session and classes,
Mm-hmm.
and then on the way back, once I landed back, I got this flu. Okay, so I have cough, cold,
God.
runny nose, and fever all together. And
Oh my
remember,
God.
everybody was freaking out that she has
Mhm.
got it, and
Of
because
course.
airports are the worst places to
Correct.
have something like this. And this was in the early week, like I think the 10th or the 11th of
Mm-hmm.
March, so it was just picking up.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, everyone. So I put myself in self quarantine, and I just said, let me just make
Oh.
people calm down. All right, we have Ocean
Hello.
here. Hi, hi, Ocean.
Hi.
Hi.
We were waiting for your grand entry, so you're finally
Yeah, I somehow disconnected myself.
How you doing? How's the lockdown treating you?
It's like hectic and boring both together. Missing my work also, and but with a kid, it's quite hectic at
Quite
home.
hectic. All right. So a lot of people have already joined us, and we will now at 7:31 already. So we will begin with our session. Hi Harsha, hi Nikki, hi Adarsh, hello Sunita, hi Rachna. A lot of people. Hello to everybody. So welcome to our knowledge happy hour. You know now that we do this on a daily basis. We bring in every day a new person to share their expertise. Today is little different. Today we thought it's Sunday, so let's do something different. And that's why we got not one, but two people for you, two presenters for you. I would say not presenters because today the session is more going to be Q&A. I'll be asking tons of questions to both Yuti and Ocean. And I'm so happy that the tables have turned now because I remember both of them coming to me will get a lot of questions. So I'm very happy to be on the other side. So yes, I will just tell you a little bit about the topic also. Today's topic is life of a celebrity stylist, and if you both all don't know already, Yuti as well as Ocean, both of them are celebrity stylists and have been working in this. Just to give you a little introduction about both of them, so starting with Ocean. Ocean has worked, she is an alumni of Indian School of Image Management, and of course she has worked in multiple large organizations, so in Flipkart, in TCS, and after that, she actually invested into her true passion, where she was totally inspired with, and then she led into the career of image consulting. She worked with multiple one-on-one clients as well as a lot of individual clients where she enhanced their confidence, suggested them, and made best recommendation as per their lifestyle, as per their choices, and helped them achieve their true potential. And not only that, she didn't stop right there. She actually went on and thought that what else can I do? So with her passion, with her skills, her creativity and knowledge about fashion, she was aspiring to contribute greatly to today's ever evolving and demanding fashion industry. Now she stepped into the world of fashion styling and celebrity styling. Since then, she has been working with prominent celebrities, working with brands and ads and video shoots across various domains. So welcome, Ocean.
Thank you so much. It was a wonderful introduction.
Thank you. And another panelist today, Yuti Malhotra. And Yuti's introduction, she is again very, very talented individual. I remember the first time Yuti came to meet me, and we had one-on-one session. And she asked me, what can I do? And she started telling me about herself. And I was like, the world is open to you. You could just do anything. And she totally did that. She is an image consultant, a cert qualified image consultant from Indian School of Image Management. And she has been now working as an celebrity stylist for over a year, where she has provided a radical and bold insights about styling driven by her expertise gained as an image consultant. So she has totally used her knowledge which she has gained in image consulting into celebrity styling. The industry has also helped her explore experiences, her interest in the field of personal shopping, wardrobe auditing, fashion, celebrity styling, in fact, even in etiquette and communication coaching. She had previously when she was studying in her college, HR College of Commerce, she was a chairperson of the placement committee, which gave her a leadership edge to take honorable projects as a junior stylist to Khyati Busa and Simran Kabra also, right?
Correct.
Yeah, and there she worked on styling events, shoot, Amazon Father's Day special, exhibit magazine. So she has been just doing a lot of different things. Not only that, she also got the opportunity to work as a sole stylist for the Projection Room, which is a movie review show. And she is currently working with Sanjana Batra, who is a celeb and a bridal stylist and a personal shopper. So 1 year and so much you have achieved. That's
Thank
phenomenal.
you. Thank you. And I actually want to thank ISIM for giving me the opportunity to work with the projection room, because I remember when I got a call from Sonia about 7-8 months back, and she's like, there's a project, would you want to go ahead and take it forward?
Right.
So I was like so thankful to them for giving me, I mean, thinking that, I have the caliber to go ahead and do a solo project. So that is
Absolutely.
huge. Thank you so much.
Loves love. All right. So, of course, there is potential in both of you, and this is just a beginning. I keep saying, I think all the time that this is just a beginning, and the future is really, really bright. But today, our audience is here to, to know more about what you do, because celebrity styling is, something that everyone gets very excited about. So what is it all about? And I'm pretty sure I have few questions that I have already, planned for you. But I am expecting a lot of questions coming in the chat box also from all our viewers today. But yes, to begin with, if you could just, Yuti and Ocean, it's a question for both of you. If you could just run us your typical day at work. So, how the styling works, because this is something that people think the end, just see the end result where the celebrities are walking the red carpet. But what goes behind the scene, I think not many people are aware about it. So if you could just tell us about, how it works from sourcing to branding to celebrity handling. So over to you.
Okay, so I'll start.
Yes, so Ocean.
Yeah. So first of all, hello everyone, and it's a great opportunity being here and talking to all of you about what goes on and what is put into before the final result, which you all see. So there's a lot of step which includes like first creating the mood boards or the lookbooks which fits in according to the event or the function which the celebrity is going into. It also consists of their personal taste and everything, and then like finally getting the brand which will have similar kind of looks and outfits, and also including accessories and jewelries. So all of these, after we get together all of this, we contact the brands or go to the respective brands to select the proper outfits which will go with the occasion or event, and also as per the celebrity's taste. And these are the first few steps which we get into. And Yuti, you want to go ahead with the other steps after that?
Yeah, so when it comes to styling, it is not only the clothes, outfit, and the accessories that we provide. We also have to give them suggestions about their hair and makeup to complete the entire look. Even for that matter, the photo shoot that happens, even helping them with what poses they should come up with, which enhances everything.
Right.
And for branding, I would like to put one thing forward that has come ahead in the market in the last, I probably 4 years or something, which is the photo shoot that these celebrities do before the event. So once these people are ready, Sonam Kapoor was the first person who came up with House of Pixels and creating. So what happens is these celebrities, once the pictures are clicked, then they are free. They can go ahead and actually enjoy the time, and they don't have to worry about the red carpet photos that come. So that is a tiny part of branding.
Yeah. Also, like if sorry to interrupt, but if there are like few changes to be made before that, the photo shoot helps in that also. They can see the flaws and everything, whatever it is, because they have to be proper and perfect before stepping out of their houses. So that's a very important thing which has been.
So styling not only is a part where we get clothes and put everything together, but till the time the photos don't come out right, till the time it is not up on social media, taking care of each and everything, whether it is alterations that needs to go in, how much alterations, and also knowing where to get the alterations from, because you need to know the correct tailors.
Right.
Because without that, it's not going to happen at all.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
everything. And celeb handling is, everybody knows celebrities are not easy to handle. And also these celebrities, they have been working in the industry for an n number of years, so they have the experience, they know what's right for them, what's wrong for them. So in a way, it is really beneficial for us, because the celebrity puts in some efforts, the stylist puts in some efforts, and somewhere in the middle,
it should be both, like 50-50.
Correct.
Otherwise it's difficult for us also.
Correct.
To know that.
Right. So if you can just share which one was your favorite moment of the celebrity where you did the shoots and all, which one would you pick out of all the ones that you have worked on? Both you, Ocean, starting with you and then going to Yuti.
we had actually like quite a like lot of shoots where we both were together and we had a lot of fun together.
Correct.
Always fun, like the when the final look is put together with everything,
Hmm.
the dressing, hair, makeup. We also need to talk to the hair makeup, like what will suit for the event and with the outfit and everything.
Hmm.
So finally, when the look is put together and the jewelry and shoes and accessories, whatever we provide, everything, and then the final look is being shooted,
Right.
and that's like the most like the rewarding thing, that finally the look is there and we can see it in the pictures, and
Right.
it's very rewarding for us. Yeah.
True, true, true. So coming to the point of, like the whole process, there are a lot of misconception in the, in the market or in the out there with the general people about celebrity stylists. What I, get to hear from a lot of people that all you get to do is shop and, travel around, look glam and live the glam life. And
Yeah.
so what they really don't know, there's a lot more that happen behind the scene, and especially if you are going solo, so there's a lot of other stuff that happens behind the scene. So my question to you is that what is the exact reality, how glam it is, like what the world feels, is that what are the myths and what is the reality? So if you can just do some myth busting also today.
Yes.
So yeah, it is true. We do shop, we do travel, and we do have the glamour life. But there are nooks and cracks that happen behind.
Right.
So there is shopping, but you need to understand that there's also a pressure that comes in along to find the correct product that is required by the production, to find the correct things within an n number of hours. To roaming around in the mall is very fun when you want to shop for yourself or when you
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Exactly. So I mean, it's a task when it comes to shopping for ad shoots, because there are these mood boards that are given to us and you need to replicate those. And sometimes if we don't find it at the end of the day, we end up customizing the stuff. So that is also like a part
Yeah,
where
it's a big pressure. Like,
correct.
yeah, it's not the fun shopping only. Yes, we get to see a lot of new stuff and trends. It's true, like we get to shop all the time, but there's a responsibility attached to that. So there's a pressure of like finding it within the time frame which is provided to us. So it depends on us that if we don't get the outfits, they will have nothing to wear. So that pressure is there all the time. And so yeah, it's a hectic thing. It's not just shopping. And also about the glamour part, like yes, we get to know the designs, the trends, what is going on and where to find what, and we can glam ourselves up. But the thing is that we have to do so much of running every day. Like sneakers are the best friends. Go out glamorous and just do the work, and we have to carry so many stuff, and we have to always be in the most comfortable clothing when we are working. So
Right.
Of
at the end
course.
of the day, we are so tired that even if there is a party or event or anything happening, we would choose that to
To go home
go
and
home.
see.
I know, I know. It's just, yes, there is, I think it's a very small percentage, which is the fun part of it. Um, and the biggest satisfaction does not come with the glam life, maybe, but the biggest
Correct.
satisfaction comes in when that final,
The
as you said,
final result, the
Correct.
reward, yes.
right. So that's when you're like, okay, now I want to just go home and just sleep.
Yeah, and especially when like we get those recognitions on the social platform or anything, and we see that
Correct.
this has come
Yes.
out so well, and
Yes.
it's the actual reward which we
Yes, that is true. In
it is
fact,
truly
even
satisfying.
yeah, that's true. With my even when you are assisting, I think somewhere if you're working with a team and a group of people, then it is much more slightly easier. I wouldn't say that much more.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are running solo and solo, then there is like I think another set of
Correct.
responsibilities. Then you
Yes,
have the budgeting,
yeah,
scheduling,
a lot of
inventory,
things.
moods.
Correct.
Like it's mind-boggling. Like it's
Mm.
very boring work. It's like any other
Yeah,
work.
it is.
Correct.
It
That's
is
absolutely
correct.
true. And
Yeah.
also when it comes to traveling, it's you go to a different location to work,
Yes.
but you're going there to work. You're not going there for sightseeing purposes. So at the end, when the shoot is over, you'd prefer to go and sleep in your hotel room, the comfy bed in your hotel, rather than going around on the beaches and
That's
everywhere. And this travel, which is intercity travel also, running from mall to mall. If one Zara doesn't have something, we go to the other Zara to find it. So yeah, that travel is also there.
Right. So that is like, maybe we are just doing too much of myth busting and discouraging a lot of people to
No.
not go.
That's why it's satisfying with the end result. Initially, you have to hold on for some time, like you'll get a hang of it, and then
correct.
the final thing.
What is the most fun, if you would say, what is the most fun activity or that fun part? Like you look forward out of the entire schedule of styling, if you get a new project, what is that one step or thing that you look forward to, that this is the best and everything is like, oh, mundane? So which one is
that? That would probably be shoots for me.
Okay.
I love the whole thing that how shoot happens and everything on the back end, how it's processed and everything. I really enjoy that, and dressing up the models there and like seeing the final results on cameras. I enjoy that thing a lot.
Nice.
Of course, I mean, the shoots, like Ocean said, there are so many different kinds of shoots that happen. There are celebrity shoots, there are editorial shoots. It's sometimes we even do shoot with kids.
Yeah.
The entire experience, I mean, and moreover, we have an edge, to be very honest. We get to know what's going to come in the market the first.
Right.
So,
yes.
That is true.
Yeah, and moreover, the thing that I'm very happy with this profession is that it's not a desk job.
Right.
Because I am not somebody who can sit on a laptop and work the entire day.
Correct.
Going around, seeing new things, those things, even during the styling work, that is a very big plus point.
Right. That's interesting. And if you have to tell me about, again, going back to why I'm going to the challenges again, but yes, the most out of the all steps, but the most challenging step that you would talk about.
So probably the most challenging step would be the initial days, fit in into the particular like process,
right,
how it works. So initially it would feel a little bit difficult and hectic for someone who has like just joined, but to hold on to it, like I said, it would get like easier, and then you'll have the actual fun. Initial days will be stressful to understand what you like, if you're working with a stylist, to understand her perspective also and celebrity also and everything. Like it's very different because we are following the latest trends and everything, and so to know all of those things initially it is a challenge for anyone. And initially, like most of them who quit, they will quit within few weeks or few months, I guess. After that, there is the real fun. So they.
Also, what I feel is during the initial days, a lot of us have to do internships.
Right.
So that is for some people a very discouraging part. That not being paid for what you are doing for your efforts.
Correct.
So I mean, but you need that kind of an experience where later on you can go and demand what you like, what you would want. So that is also a challenge. But you need to overcome your challenges if you want to reach somewhere today.
No, it's I think in every profession, like
the
learning part.
Correct. And what I feel is these stylists who are now hanging out with celebrities and partying with them, that wasn't their initial day. They have put a lot of hard work and toil to reach that part.
Right. Of course.
Exactly. Complete that, and then
that is also another fun part. Like once you're comfortable with a celebrity and you get to talk to them and you get to know so many gossips happening around.
Right.
Enjoy.
Right. Okay, let's move on to now from the job to exactly, let's talk about the celebs, because we are talking about celebrity styling. So what I have experienced is that some of them kind of, like to be very hands-on. They want to give their inputs. They have some, thought in their mind or some inspiration, and they want to always give an inputs. And there are few celebrities who just kind of let it be, like you are the celebrity stylist, so you do what you do best. So which one would you like, you typically both of you like to work with, and why?
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
So so like I would prefer a 50-50, like I said initially. Like I would love them also to put in their inputs, because they kind of are comfortable in some kind of styles. Like in image consulting, there's
Right.
personality style also. So similarly, I would want to know that also, because otherwise it's very, very confusing. We get every type of clothes, and finally on the day of the trial or fitting, it's a mess.
Right.
So they might not even like anything at all. So
This
it,
has actually happened with us, to be
yes,
very
it has happened with both of us. Like last moment thing has happened, and we had got like 40 gowns, and on the final trial day, the actress end up saying that no, I would like to put
correct.
pantsuit.
Oh my God.
So
And
it's
the
like,
event was in a day's time. The event was
yeah,
in
in
a
a
day's
day's
time. So
time.
sitting then and there at her
Then
apartment,
and yeah,
we
then
were
and there we
figuring
had to
out where
source
to
and
get
get it.
what from.
Right, right. Oh my God, that must be like a nightmare to
Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
we should always talk to the celebs, like what any pictures or any references, what they
correct.
prefer, or any celebs which they would want to like follow their trends. Then we can get something similar, and that is
In fact,
yeah.
on this line itself, once we had this that for an award show, we got an outfit customized that the celebrity had themselves asked for.
Mhm.
And what happened, what ended up is she loved it so much and things went so well that she came into the top 10 looks of the night.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so that when she knows what she wants,
yeah,
and the
it's easier
stylist comes
for us.
in, and and then when the entire look comes out, it's a different game altogether. Then
Mm.
Right. Who are we talking about?
Mm.
Come on, and think the audience wants to know the names. Come on, who are we talking about? They can go on your social media and check it out. Is that you want people to come on your Instagram, right?
of course, yeah.
Okay.
I mean that's how we function.
Maybe some hints for the viewers that who was this top 10 person.
Okay, so we
She
can
looked very beautiful.
I
We
mean,
all
I
do.
think
Come on, Ocean.
probably we can just name the award that she went for.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I
Filmfare.
think it was for Filmfare.
Yeah.
It was for Filmfare.
Yeah.
Okay. So all the viewers can now go and check your profile out and see who they select for Filmfare Award, and you will get your answer. Well, people are saying spill the beans on Facebook right now.
We'll lose our jobs.
No, I get it. Okay. So yeah, and in fact, nowadays I'm seeing the trend that celebrities are getting more aware about that there is something, personal styling is important.
Correct.
And knowing your own personal style, because I
Hmm.
remember when I started out working at that time, maybe a few of them were talking about knowing their personal style, but then
Hmm.
a lot of them were not really maybe aware about that it is important. Now I think a lot more are, getting into this idea of that I have a particular image or a particular,
Correct.
kind of personality, and only these kind of things suit me. So that trend we are seeing nowadays,
Mhm.
and they contribute a lot.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
So tell me how much of your knowledge that you have gained in the program that you have done, how much does it really come into like hands-on when you have to do something or understand something when you are sourcing or, inventory? How much do you really apply over there?
It's like a lot. Like I would say the whole personality style thing also comes in when we speak to a person, and we get to know their choices. It's very like helpful. Also, they have like celebrities, we think have the proper body shape and everything.
Hmm.
They also have their insecurities.
Correct.
So in that
Correct.
case, to enhance and to hide the variations and everything, it's very, very useful.
Hmm.
So the colors, like to play with the colors also, to hide the variations or to highlight their good features. Everything comes in like use.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
Also, one thing that Sonia, I remember we had a fun conversation during our class where you told us about Diet Sabya. was the first time when I actually came to know that something like this exists, and you have to be damn scared and aware of what you are working, especially when you are a stylist,
Absolutely.
because that is a page to meant for aspiring stylists.
Right,
So,
right.
I mean, like, real thanks to you for making us aware that, before you step in, make sure that you are aware about everything.
Right, right.
That has helped me a lot. Of course, ISIM as an institute has given me lots, and the books, I mean, I still go through them when I am handling solo projects and stuff like that. But yeah, correctly, as Ocean said, mainly to hide the body variations that these celebrities have,
Right, right.
because it's the media that is following them, and the media will zoom in and pick
Yes.
them for each and every tiny thing. So how do they
Yes.
hide that? And a lot of times these celebrities are also not aware as to how to go about it.
Right.
That is why they have a stylist.
Yes,
Correct.
absolutely. Yeah, I think body shape and especially the personal style, even a bit of colors and all actually
Correct.
comes in really, really helpful. And yes, it's just maybe knowing your technical knowledge very well, and then how you apply it. So you want to apply it in ad shoot or a celebrity styling or
Correct.
bridal styling. That's the delivery maybe.
Also, we came across recently for that formality level, which we
Right.
learned.
Oh,
So,
yes.
the blue carpet event happening, Amazon Prime blue carpet, and
Okay.
to be like a formal event. So most
Yeah.
like we styled the celebrity in a particular formal kind of thing, but most of them who attended that event were not like actually formally dressed.
Dressed.
Normally
Yeah.
They were
Correct.
like more dressy and glamorous. Like, because it's a blue carpet event, it was mentioned, and
Correct.
so it was also useful because we knew the formality level.
Correct. Wow. So it is coming in handy.
Yes, it
Great.
is.
So everyone who's watching, please take note that you need to know your basics first when you
Correct.
get into.
Correct, because I mean, without knowledge, if you're directly jumping into the shoes of an assistant,
Right.
the stylist expects you to know certain things.
Absolutely.
And when you fail, you can't keep failing every time.
That's true.
And that's where the knowledge comes in handy.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. Okay, the Facebook timeline is getting flooded with questions, so I'm just going to now, jump into the questions only. So just randomly and not going into order. So Shraddha asked, you mentioned we need to start from doing internships. So how to go ahead and approach the same? So over to you.
So what I did is, and I think that is how you start about it, you create a database of stylists and you keep mailing them, following up with them. That is the only way how you can connect to stylists. If you have a personal contact, then well and good.
Right.
But for somebody who is not from the industry or doesn't have any contact or anything, that's how you go about it.
Right.
I mean, keep mailing them, keep following up with them, because if you mail 100 celebrity stylists, 5 or 7 of them are going to reply.
Right.
So I feel that is how you go about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ocean, do you want to add something to that question?
It's the same, like create the database and emailing and stuff.
Right. Nidhi also asked that did you create your portfolio for entering into styling, and what is the foremost criteria to work as a stylist?
So initially, if you're going for an internship, you can join a stylist, basically with the procedure which UT suggested. And if you are going for when you're going for your own styling thing, before that you have to create your database. So once you get into styling, you will get to know a lot of things, like you will get a lot of contacts also, and then you can slowly create your styling, the lookbook and everything database. And then you can go ahead with the styling on your own.
Yeah, and your portfolio is only going to get created once you have work somewhere. And to work somewhere, you need to start with an internship. And
yeah, you can also do your own like lookbooks, create your lookbook. You can create do your photo shoots with like styling some models and all. Like Sonia ma'am suggested.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes. So it is always helpful.
Right.
Not a bad thing to do that.
Yes.
You can always go ahead with it.
Right. No, I in fact remember when I started out, that was the first thing, to just grab a couple of my friends who were like very interested in getting their look good and getting their pictures clicked, and just, just get them together and style them up and do their makeup, and created a lookbook of different, kind of looks that I could give them at that time. So that was really handy. It's just something that you can easily send it. I remember I used
you
to
can
send
show
it
also that you can, the styling part.
Correct. I remember I used to send that on BB Chat at that point of time
Wow.
because there was no WhatsApp. So there was BBM, and we used to send it on BBM, and one picture at a time. It used to take forever.
Wow.
But I hope, Nidhi, your question has been answered. Wow, there's like a whole list of questions coming in. Okay, Shraddha is again asking, what are the qualities that you need to be a stylist? Wow. You want to start naming them down, the whole list?
Yeah.
Let's take few from Yuti and few from Motion. Come on.
Okay, so you need to have a whole lot of passion, number one, because the number of hours that go in, and sometimes what happens is initially when you're doing the internship, you might not get the credits. Yeah. But you need to hang in there. You need to have that passion that, one day I am going to evolve. Number one, that. And number two is you need to be super hardworking. And also with hard work, you need to know how to behave around a celebrity. You can't act like a person who starstruck looking at them and, keep looking at them. I mean, if that is what you are going for, then it's not going to work out for you at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to have that level of formality. You need to have that level of formality with them.
Right.
Yeah.
How did that go for you, Ocean?
Control. Yeah, it was very, very difficult for me.
I remember.
I'm like, oh my God, we are working with a celebrity and we have to control our emotions and no, okay, fine, I'll be formal. I'll just go and hug then and there.
Right.
But yeah, after a certain period of time, they will hug you welcome and everything.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Correct. A friendly relationship.
Correct. Of course.
What about okay, so that is
so also so in that same question I would like to answer, having a fashion sense is obviously required, but it's not the only thing if you get into styling. So having a fashion sense, and also you have to what Yuti said, that hardworking thing, and you have to know how to, you have to deal with a lot of different kind of people mainly in the industry, and you have to so you have to handle different kind of people, including celebrities to the brand owners and everywhere wherever you go. So you have to handle that also, and obviously it's a hectic job, so no time. Sometime the shoot starts at 4 a.m. and sometime it might end at 4 a.m. So no timing.
Yeah. Also, one thing that is very important is networking skills.
Right.
Because this industry entirely works on contact basis. So networking skills is super important. If you're amazing with it, then you are going to flourish. That's all.
You have to have contacts with brands and everything, all the designers. And you have to have a lot of contacts, 200-300 maybe. So it's a lot.
Good thing we are teaching networking also.
Correct, yeah.
All right. We have, wow, my timeline is flooded now. Okay, so another question. This is from Rohan. He's asking, specific to jewelry for a celebrity, do they end up paying for it, or is it taken on rent or just for a shoot? So, yeah.
So if we are sourcing from them, then it's there will be credits on the social media provided. We won't pay for it. It would be returned after the shoot or the event or whatever is happening. And buying is a totally different thing. So
if they like something, they end up buying.
If they like it, then they'll end up buying.
And that is in the case of not just jewelry, but footwear and even glares or anything of that matter.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes clothing.
And
no, they end up picking up a lot of stuff I've seen, and especially these accessories, more than clothes. Accessories get picked up a lot, some small little things, they get picked up a lot. And it's a win-win actually for everyone, because then, people like it that something has been sold also to a celebrity.
Yes.
All right, another question. This is by Jana. Jana is from Malaysia. Hi, Jana. She's asking, if one intend to diversify from corporate consulting to styling, what are the steps?
Okay. Hi, Jana. So for this thing, it's like, is it a celebrity styling or a personal styling we are talking about?
Yeah, Jana, if you can specify which styling you want to get into, personal, fashion, celebrity, bridal.
Yeah,
There are so
because
many.
they are so different from each other.
All right, so I'll just wait for
That
Jana to
process.
reply. We can take the next question in the meanwhile. Adarsh asked, how do you approach celebrities and express your interest in styling for them? This one you both can answer, and then I'll add my 2 bits of how do you do that.
Okay.
Ocean, you want to take it?
You can take it. Go ahead.
Okay, so when it comes to approaching a celebrity, first thing that you need to have mandatory is a portfolio.
Yes.
And so that you can show them, also you need to show them what kind of brands you have been in touch with, and if there are other celebrities are in the same A list, if it's an A-lister celebrity. So you need to show them that, yeah, you have worked with these celebrities, and only then I think would they be interested. I mean, I don't have a lot of knowledge about this, so I'll let Sonia go ahead. But yeah, you need to have credentials, number one. Only then will they have the trust and they will let you go ahead and style them.
Yes, that's true. Ocean, you want to add something to this? Okay, Ocean is frozen. Anyways, so just to add my 2 bits here, yes, you need to have your credentials. That's most important. Another thing that you can do, Adarsh, is also networking, as Yuti has said earlier. The networking is very critical over here, because the more you go out, the more you approach, and you don't have to like approach in a way that you're going and saying that, hey, I would like to style you, but it is more about you. So when you get into styling, you need to live that life. You need to be one to, show that interest. So when you're going out networking, you need to look like that, what is going on in trend. That's where you start having, you need to have that skills to have that, initiate the conversation and have that networking skills. And then, the next step, when you start talking about each other and what you do, and, introduce yourself, at that point of time, you then start talking about, this is my credential, this is my portfolio. Let's just, get together and just do a fun shoot. So maybe first few times you want to do something just for fun, just on a pro bono basis for them, so that they feel that they're comfortable with you, because everyone is nowadays very, very particular about their look. They don't want to be clicked to even one back picture, and that's like really critical for their, in their profile and their image altogether. So you want to just get that confidence from them by doing a couple of pro bono shoots, and after that, once they are comfortable with you, then you want to work on a proper and have a proper arrangement. So this is the strategy that I would recommend that you should have for working with the stylist. All right. Jana is saying either one, but her focus is primarily personal styling. And then, of course, if she can get into celebrity styling. So you want to add anything on the personal styling, from corporate to personal styling?
So corporate, I think mostly is the formality levels, and it's on a general basis, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And personal styling, you have to like know the person and personality. So you can start with the one-on-one sessions, because personal styling will take one-on-one, because every person is different, and you have to get into their shoes and then understand their style, body, and everything which is a part of image consulting, appearance. And then we can go ahead with the recommendations, and we can also go ahead with the wardrobe consultation if they want, and finally go for the personal shopping, which is the step. So you can it's the one-on-one sessions. So you have to do your marketing or your company or something like that. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so more questions coming in. Reena, first of all, said both of you are doing an amazing job. And her question is, which I think we kind of answered, how hard is it to convince celeb or maybe their managers that you want to work for them? So do you want to add anything Reena, we just addressed that question and gave a little bit of the answer in Adarsh's case. But if Yuti and Ocean, you want to add something, how hard it is to convince the celebs or managers that you want to work with them, you want to add something over there?
Okay, so what I feel that once the celebrity is feeling comfortable enough to talk to you about what they like and what they don't like, and if you are understanding as to what their needs are and what they are looking for, then I don't think it should be a very difficult task.
Right.
But the main thing lies at understanding and coming to know what their need of the hour is, what colors they like to wear, and if you are showing them the correct thing, then I don't think it should be a difficult task.
Yeah, that is what, like, their inputs are also important, because otherwise we'll end up in creating a mess. Like, we'll get things which probably they won't like, but they are saying also, like, initially when we are asking them, they might not say that, yeah, we like this, we want something like this. But when we get stuff according to our choices, or what the stylist wants the celebrity look like, that time they might have some like goods, and that time it's a trouble getting the stuff again. So.
Correct. And just to add on, Reena, it's like, getting an acting job. So you would just go one audition after other audition after other audition. Similarly, even if you want to get a project to work with a celeb and need to talk to or convince the manager or convince the celeb also, it's just like audition. You need to go and keep talking. It's just like, how many times you go and talk to 100 people, maybe you'll get 10 projects or 5 projects, or even maybe 1 project, but at least you tried. So you need to keep doing that as many number of times to, that's like any other business, I would say. It's not any different from that. Okay, Shraddha is asking how different is personal styling from celebrity styling. I have a feeling that Shraddha is going to be a stylist very soon. But yes, she's asking how it is different from personal. Both are different from each other, personal styling and celebrity styling.
Okay, so in case of personal styling, you mainly try to concentrate on the personality of the person, what colors they go ahead with. Whereas in the case of celebrity styling, you need to be very much upfront and tell them, that this is in trend and I think you should be carrying this off. That because of course the media is following them, and the media is going to target them if they are not wearing something that is in trend, because youngsters and everybody throughout the world is following them. So that is one thing that is very important. That is a very important difference between personal and celebrity styling. And with personal styling, you get to have one-on-one sessions with them, and where you sit and understand. You take them for personal shopping. You go ahead and look at their wardrobe. Whereas when it comes to a celebrity, it's events that we style them for. We don't do their wardrobes. And personal styling, we take the client to the clothes. And in case of celebrity styling, we take the clothes to the client.
Right. Ocean, you want to add something to that?
Yes. So basically, both are very, very different job profile. Like the entire day starting to end will be different in both the profiles. So personal styling is mainly one-to-one client, like Yuti said, and this is an entirely different process which you have to learn, and slowly you'll be getting the hang of it. But it's very different because it depends on the event also, and the current trends also, and also what they like, what they would prefer. So including all of those, plus the personal styling things which we have gained the knowledge, so that also including that. So if they are going for some airport looks or promotions, so sometimes it's like the whatever movie promotions they are going, they are in the character, we have to give them outfits based on the movie character for the promotions. And in events or red carpet, it's totally different. We have to get them into the glamorous outfits.
Correct.
It's very, very different for personal styling and the celebrity styling.
True. All right. So yes, everyone is loving the information that you are sharing with all of them. And Reena said thanks. Everyone is kind of saying thanks. Shilpa is saying that Ocean, when you said the sneakers bit, that's what she exactly meant when she said that I quit celebrity styling because I wanted to wear heels.
I read that.
Okay, you're seeing the comments. Great. So yes, a lot of amazing comments are coming from everyone. And Jana says thank you for sharing your experience, and she would like to connect, if needed, with both of you. There is a question that is coming from Roly. She asked how much of the final look is the stylist vision and how much is dictated by the celeb, because celebs can be quite painful to work with.
It's again the same thing, like we said. So sometimes they want a particular look. In that case, we have to like customize the things, and it also ends up very nicely because they know, and in that case, the entire measurements and everything is according to them. So it's like totally customized for them. And mostly it happens that they will put in their inputs, but the stylist will also want like to show their styling thing. So they will also want to showcase something. They cannot just like listen to the celebs, and then they will lose their profile also. So they will try to convince the celebs, and then finally both ways, it's like both has to merge in between.
Correct. And there is a reason why the celebrities are hiring stylists and not just going about doing it on their own. So when it's 50-50, it's when the best look has come forward, because it's neither the stylist who's forcing something on the celebrity, neither it is the celebrity forcing something on the stylist.
I think I have to summarize the whole process and just answer, because a lot of questions are kind of similar. So if I have to just maybe explain that, it's the first few days that are the most critical, because if your vision and what you are planning it together in the first few days, the brief that you have received, where the client is going and everything else, if you just make sure that your clients and your celebs vision, your vision and the requirement all comes in together, I think then it is, the final look would be a holistic project and not just one particular person's vision. So it's a collaborative project. It is executed mainly by the celebrity stylist, and also the vision is something that you present and put together, because the celeb may or may not have the vision. So it's your duty as a celebrity stylist.
Also, like every celebrity is different from each other, so their comfort is also very, very different.
Yes.
That means we have to listen to them.
Right. Adarsh has, yes, that's true. Adarsh has one more question. Will the celebrities get to keep the customized outfit for themselves?
Yes. Yes, they do. They do keep it for themselves.
Yeah, lucky them. All right. So I have one last question, and then I also have something which is a rapid fire question. Wow. So because I thought let's make it like Karan Johar, coffee with Karan. So, but
without coffee.
Without coffee. Well, it's a happy hour, so
But it's the most required thing in stylist life.
Oh yeah, black coffee.
Americano,
like a light.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all can take a note that you need black coffee all the time and
all the time.
Your day. All right. So my question to you, which is which we kind of talked about, but if you have to just say in maybe points, like if 2 points or 3 points, that what advice would you like to give someone who is just starting out? Like if you can give step number 1 or point number 1, point number 2 and 3. So what advice would you give to someone who's just starting out in the celebrity styling space?
Okay. So number 1 thing would be, once you create the database, to not be in a hurry that, the stylist will reply to you in a day's time or even within a week's time. You need to have the patience, and do not expect 100, maybe 50 people also to reply to you. That is not going to happen. Merely 5, 7, or maximum, if you're amazing, then 10 people might end up replying.
Right.
So just have the patience. Number 1 thing to start out, because this industry demands a lot of patience.
Yeah.
So it needs to be there within you from day 1. From the time that you just have the idea of becoming a celebrity stylist. I think that would be number 1 for me. And number 2 would be ready to put in n number of hours. You can't be expecting that you will be done by 5 or 6. Right. Sometimes your work might start at 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Correct. And also there might be days where you don't have any work. So that's your leisure time. Don't expect that your friends have a weekend off, so then you can also go ahead and party with them on a Saturday night or on a Sunday night. You might probably be working. So just keep those things in mind, and honestly, if you have the passion and drive for it, you can go ahead and do it. It's not, then nothing is going to stop you.
Right. That's true. That's true. What about?
I would like to add. Yes. So, like I said, like you have to hold on the initial days. That is very, very important. So that is what I would suggest. Like take the learning process as a not like it's a challenge also initially, but make it fun. Like enjoy the moment. If you are really passionate about clothing and shopping or whatever, don't take it as a task and you have to do. Then it will get more hectic if you will really take the pressure. So ask questions to your stylist or whatever you have, and go about it. Like just hold on to it. It will be very hectic initially, and it will like be exhausting. And the shoots also, like Yuti said, the shoots are crazy timings. It says 8 hours, but it's never over in 8 hours. It will be like 10-11 hours for sure. So, and also before the shoots there is a lot of which we have to do, like pack stuff, take it to the shoot location and prepare everything, then and all of those stuff, and be there all the time checking like if they are looking proper in the pictures. So all these shoots are also there.
Right.
Also, what I
just
feel
hold on to the initial.
Correct. Also, what I feel is, once you have worked 3-4 months into the industry, then you become a part of the industry. Then this life, the exhausting number of hours are not going to exhaust you as much as they did during your starting months. It is going to take time, but trust me, the industry will adapt you, or you will end up adapting the industry.
And I believe people are very welcoming here.
Yeah.
Bollywood industry, what I have like learned, they are very
correct.
It's a stereotype that they're
eventually
bossy and bitchy. That's not true.
Yeah.
If you have talent, if you want to,
that's not true.
That's
correct.
true. Yeah. So just the last few questions before we start wrapping up. Okay, and I have something to add on to the advice maybe, but I'll take this question first, which is from Sonali. Is there any search engine or portal where you need to register as a stylist? If a celebrity or anyone needs to look for a stylist, is it by word of mouth or by reference?
It is only
so there are like agencies also. No, there are agencies. And also word of mouth and your portfolio and profile, which is on social media.
Right.
And also there are agencies where you can apply. Go ahead and apply
production. Ocean,
it depends upon where you want to work.
Right. Yeah, I just want to add is that these agencies, they will help you with ad shoots.
Right.
Not when it comes to celebrities.
That's true.
Yeah, so
also PR agencies are there where like the managers can get hold of the stylist through the agencies.
Okay.
So it's a case of personal styling also, basically, where you want to choose.
Right. So if
there are different fields of styling. So it depends.
Correct.
Yeah. So if I have to just summarize for Sonali, there are agencies in PR, and there are specifically a lot of these celebrity management companies. So you can approach them, but mostly it is by reference, by word of mouth, by just basically trying out all channels. So it's not very, I can say, standardized. The industry is not really structured very well. So it's like through a lot of different channels, and the more you network, the better you get it. Just to give my 2 bits on the question that I asked about, the advice that anybody is starting on. So to add on a few things which could be just from a mental or maybe from a pre-preparation point of view before you get into the actual job itself. First, I would say that study the field, learn the field, because that's number one. You need to know what you're talking about when you're giving references, when you're talking about mood boards, when you're putting in pictures of a certain look, you need to know what exactly that thing is all about. So somebody shows you a picture, I want this, you need to know what this is. So you need to know the name of that style. You need to know who did it and when was it, which era was it. So that's very critical. You were saying something, Ocean?
Yeah, education is important. I'm
Right.
saying that. Like,
Yeah. And number
get
2, which
educated
is,
on everything.
that's true. And number 2, which is highly recommended, is get a mentor. Get somebody who can be in the industry or maybe
Yes.
outside the industry but
Correct.
had the experience, because it will be really helpful if you have somebody who can just, somebody who has the insight, somebody who sees, maybe done it and left it. So getting that person is really important. Third thing, get some extra skills. So knowing a little bit how to sew is something that can come in really handy to make
Correct.
last minute repairs or alteration. You can do it, or you can just,
Yes, it
take
is.
the fabric and create something on your own.
Correct.
So knowing that, know a little bit of accounting, because you are a freelancer. There will, as Yuti said, there will be a few days when you are earning, there will be few days when you are not earning. So you need to become more smarter to manage your money, so that if you can go through those days where it is, there is no project that is coming to you. So yeah, get good with money. And last but not the least, which I think I have said to both of you, live the life. You have to, yes, you have to start living it first. So as they say, fake it till you make it,
Correct.
because you need to look like the person for those kind of people to come and approach you, maybe talk to you. You need to look like a celebrity stylist. So
Correct.
start living that. Start, not just think about it, just start doing it also, and that would maybe make you
Also, one
Correct.
advice that I'd like to add is that you will be assisting for 2 to 3 years before you solely start and get a celebrity to reach a point where you can hire assistants.
a soul stylist. Correct.
Correct. So yeah, you need to put in those number of years into it, because without it, if you just jump in, nobody knows you.
Correct.
And for the industry to know you, you aren't going to need that much time. And you have to give that much time to yourself also to prepare about everything.
Absolutely. That's true. Thank you, Yuti and Ocean. I'm just going to go ahead with my quick rapid fire questions, because we are already at 8:30 and I need to go and light the diya. So let's start wrapping up. But yes, let's start with our rapid fire. So let's go ahead with Yuti.
Ocean.
Yuti, you've already been picked. Okay. So describe your style in 3 words.
My style. I've learned this in ISIM. I'm a dramatic, aristocratic, and somewhere or the other classic as well.
Wow. So that's like 4. All right. Your next question. Who's your favorite style icon of all the time?
Blake Lively, and mainly in the series Gossip Girl, where she was Serena van der Woodsen.
Right.
That, and when it comes to Bollywood, Malaika Arora.
Wow. Nice. Good choices. Your top 3 favorite brands?
Zara, Massimo, and H&M.
Nice. One accessory that you never leave your house without, except phone?
Liners.
Liner. Okay.
Never.
Accessory, I said.
Oh, accessory. My neck chain.
Neck chain. Okay. What will I find in your bag all the time?
Lip balm and liner.
If you have to wear one designer for the rest of your life, who would it be?
Wow. It's this new brand. It's called Mishka. They have amazing stuff. They have amazing stuff. They're not very recognized. They're very new in the market.
Right.
But they have amazing stuff.
Nice. Great. All right. So thank you. Those were your rapid fire question. Coming to Ocean. If you have to wear one designer for the rest of your life, who would it be?
One designer.
Rest of your life. Quick, rapid fire.
Zara. I'll wear Zara.
Okay. What will I find in your bag?
I'll probably have wet wipes, lip balm. Yeah, lip balm comes.
Okay. Describe your style in 3 words.
It's bohemian, creative, comfortable.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And your top 3 favorite designers?
Designers would be recently we worked with Karan Malhotra. I really like his stuff. And obviously Manish Malhotra and Sabyasachi.
Okay. And your favorite style icon of all the time?
It's Kendall Jenner.
One accessory that you never leave the house without?
I don't wear so much accessories, but yeah, this ring, wedding ring.
Wedding band. All right, you have no choice, I guess then. Okay. Okay, so that was our rapid fire. Thank you so much, and thanks both Yuti and both to Ocean for coming in today and giving your insights about the celebrity styling and how the life is, what it takes to become a celebrity stylist. And it was really informative, and I feel that everyone really took a lot of insights out of the session. We have a lot of applause. Thank you. Awesome session. You both are doing great job coming on the Facebook. So you can, I think, go after the session live, you can go on Facebook and start replying to everyone. Kanchan says in-depth sneak peek into a life of a stylist. Amazing. Oh, that's for me. Thank you, Sunita. Amazing moderator. Adarsh also loves Malaika Arora, so you have someone in, you
Wow, perfect.
just there. Rohan says thank you. Shalini says thank you. Shalini also says that she also likes Blake Lively in Gossip Girl. So
Wow.
thank you both of you for taking out the time and coming on the Knowledge Happy Hour and sharing your knowledge and insights. So yes, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you so
so
much
much,
for giving us the
Sonia.
opportunity, and we really enjoyed the session.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun.
It
Most
was
welcome.
kind of a coffee with Karan thing.
I tried doing it that way. All right. Just so that you all know, tomorrow's session is going to be about time management. So we are going